Hey there, guys, it's me, Plankton, of the SpongeBob universe. You have found me yet again inside this McDonald's patty. I sound nothing like the normal cartoon version of Plankton, but I am the real deal, buddy. I am not the fake, I am the real Plankton dear. I am near, and I'm gonna cause you fear.
Plankton. Yeah, Greg, you chomp on that weird little shit. You could see... The thing about Plankton, you could see all the dirt in that little vein that, like... Yeah, finish him up. You know how that is with shrimp? Yeah. You know how that is with shrimp, right? Like where you can see like their poop in that vein on the underside of like the entire shellfish thing. I could see that with the Plankton right there. It was like a... Yeah, that thing you just slurped up just then. That was like the dirty vein.
Oh. Ew.
How'd that taste?
Ugh.
Little under the sea dirt for you?
A little salty.
Plankton. That'll happen. Salt of the ocean. Salt of the earth.
It's weird that he didn't sound like normal Plankton. You know, like, yeah, crabs.
Well, that's why you ate him, because he was clearly an imposter.
Yeah, he was a fake. He was the musical version.
Yeah, exactly. Like
you know what? I actually do want to see that if it's actually still, in theaters.
Musical version of SpongeBob?
The live action musical SpongeBob.
It's the best day ever.
But with someone who can sing.
Oh yeah, well that's what you want in a musical.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to insult Tom Kenny. It's just that the SpongeBob voice doesn't sound good when he sings.
Yeah, it's grating. It's grating on the ears.
Well, I mean, like he's grating in general.
Papers. Grating papers.
Grating tomatoes.
And cheese. Hi, we are the Boxcar Buddies. Thank you.
We sure are.
This voice that you're my man over here, right here.
That's me, Greg, the handless wonder.
That's right, and I'm Don, and I have helped Greg enter the Boxcar today. I held the door for him, and what we do
You're
is
essentially right now, like those like sticks with the little grabbers on them.
Yeah, grabber
for like people who can't get out of chairs and shit.
Yes,
I like that for me right now.
I am, and I'm your chauffeur. I'm your butt wiper, back scratcher, feeder.
He's my handyman.
I am.
As in, he gives me handies when I need it.
Got to. You can't do it yourself. If you tried, it'd be like when people try and start a fire by rubbing two sticks together. You would just be like sparks would be shooting off your peen, and I can't have that.
Yeah.
So anyway, Greg and I are homeless in Chicago, and it's pretty sad most days. But on happy days, we get
some people call it sad. I call it liberating.
We do not have to deal with the boundaries that normies have to deal with. I mean, Greg, when's the last time you paid taxes, my man?
Paid what?
Exactly. That's the stuff. That's why we like being homeless.
We don't have money.
Exactly. Tax me for what? You want to take a tax of nothing? You're going to take like a quarter of the shirt that I'm wearing? The one that I've been wearing for the last 6 weeks? I love this shirt, by the way. You're not taking shit.
Are you sure? I mean,
nobody's taking... Don't stop it. Don't.
I keep forgetting I don't have hands.
I don't want you to wipe any streaks of blood on it either.
How can I get streaks of blood on it?
Because
sealed,
you're left,
dude.
No,
I am sealed.
There's blood all over that bandage on your left nub.
No, that's just ketchup.
It's blood.
It's from the burger.
It's
Yeah,
what it
see?
is. Ew. All right. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yes. All better? Okay, so anyway, if anybody's still listening, we like to meet up on happy days, and we'll meet up in some sort of boxcar, which hopefully is not being used or that no one will miss. And then Greg and I.
Hopefully, it's not a lemon.
Yes,
or a lemon party.
Lemon meringue.
I don't want any kind of lemon meringue party.
I'm more of a Supreme kind of guy. Like that fake whipped cream shit on meringue, I can't stand it. It looks like the foam that they use to put out fires.
It's not really fake whipped cream. It's just whipped eggs.
It's disgusting. Yeah, but the texture, whatever it is, the texture of it is like it's like packing material. It should never be put on anything sweet. I
don't know. I think it gives it a nice balance depending on the kind of pie.
Okay.
Not key lime. I don't like key lime.
No. It's basic. It's very basic in terms of pie.
It's the most white pie next to apple pie.
Such a basic
But
dish.
apple pie is like, it's solidified as like, yeah.
It's a classic.
It's the classic.
Whereas key lime is like...
you're like, it's like art house hipster, like, I tried to make something creative.
I pulled this out of the freezer at Jewel. And it's like, oh, come on. Come on now.
I went to the Goddess and Grocer.
Right, exactly. So anyway, Greg and I
For those
will...
who didn't get that reference, that's a fucking store in Chicago that serves very expensive food.
Yeah, just like Trader Joe's, but I like Trader Joe's.
You know what? Trader Joe's is more affordable than you think.
Yes, it is.
And plus, it's very easy to walk out with a bag and, like, what are they going to do? Like, everyone who works at Trader Joe's is just happy-go-lucky hipster trash. So I just fill up a paper bag with whatever I fucking want, and I start walking out the door, and they're like, "Sir, you need to pay for that." I'm like, "Go fuck yourself." I'm like, "Okay, see you later."
You know, I like to think of it as like, it's spelled as trader, like a day trader, like you're trading goods. And so Trader Joe makes me think of like someone who maybe we used to be on the Pioneer and would get some bear pelts and beavers and would sell them to the Native Americans.
He wears a hat
for
with
corn.
a buckle on it.
Totally. And we just
Carries
teach
a musket.
lessons, spread some apple seeds all over the country and stuff. That's what I first thought of Trader Joe's. But with the way you're describing it, it almost makes me think of like Trader Joe's, like he betrayed somebody. He kills people.
He killed his own family.
Killed his own brother, who started the chain of restaurants known as Aldi. And those are grocery stores, not restaurants, and it's okay.
Aren't they owned by the same guy?
They are. Actually, it's the same German company that split into two, and one is now Trader Joe's.
Boy,
and
isn't
Aldi.
it great listening to the Boxcar buddies talking about grocery store history?
Hey, that's what we're experts on, right? If anything, we're experts.
If I had
food.
hands, I'd slap you, but I don't.
So you're
For
just-
those who don't know, I lost both of my hands.
Yeah, and he's still without him. He's still sitting here, Nubby McGee. And that's why I got to open doors for you and bathe you and clothe you, which you still haven't thanked me for. But I'm going to continue doing
But
it.
I've thanked you.
You've thanked me with a firm pat on the shoulder with your nubby hand, and again, streaking blood over all
How
my
is
clothes.
that? How is that not a good thank you?
I was kind of hoping for like some of the food that you've still been hoarding, and I don't get any of. All those
You
York,
snooze, you lose.
all those York peppermint patties. I see you cramming down your gullet when I'm wheeling you through into the boxcar. What was that?
Sorry, but like right now, my breath, because my hands are gone, it smells so bad.
You don't gotta tell
that
me, bro.
It needs to counteract with peppermint patties.
That's what you're saying.
I mean, considering that we're homeless, can't really brush my teeth, and I can't really grab anything to like get the horse brush in there to kind of.
And you're obviously worried about the homeless social that we're going to after we record this.
Very much so.
And you're going to meet.
All right. So this is the first homeless masquerade party I've ever been to.
I know.
I don't know if I've overdressed. I mean, like here.
You have definitely overdressed.
This is the bag I was gonna wear.
Oh, Greg.
It's got a smiley face.
That's not smiley. It's, again, those are based off of your real teeth, which are sharp and pointy and threatening.
But it's smiling!
It's
Like me!
God, that's terrifying. Anyway, this isn't necessarily typical. Greg and I, we like to meet again and get into a boxcar, take some shelter, and then we'll just talk about the week that we've had and maybe some content that we've absorbed in some fashion, whether that might be movies or music or shows or books or interactions with friends. Sometimes that's fun. We get a lot of weird characters in here, some of whom leave with their pound of flesh, literally, because in Greg's case, he has no fingers or palms anymore, and we've both lost a lot to some of the characters
Some more
that have come
than
through
others.
here. Yeah, but you know what? We're still trucking. Let's pound that there, buddy. Let's pound it out. Ooh, sorry about that.
For someone who constantly bitches and moans about pounding my nubs, saying, "Oh, I'll get blood on it," you sure were pretty open with that. Like, yeah, let me bump elbows with that dude.
When it's merited, I do want that vindication of that we're on the same page, and a fist bump really solidifies that.
I can
Just poke it. No, don't hit. All right. Well, a headbutt works just fine, and there's no blood streaks, so I like that.
I mean, unless you hit me really hard.
Well, it's still early. There's plenty of time for that.
No, I want to go to the masquerade party and look good.
Okay, I won't hit you today.
Thank you.
I am excited about this masquerade party too. Greg and I, there's a yearly event at this under this overpass in this certain area of Logan Square of Chicago, and basically every
We
year,
keep it vague so we can't really share it.
well, we don't want the cops busting it. Every year,
We also don't want any like normies there, like
ruin the vibe.
because we'll see dudes who show up and they look like they're homeless, but really
They're just wandering
They
from
just
the bar.
live in Avondale.
Yeah, they're just wandering from the bar. They're just doing their own
They're
thing.
like, oh, we got this from Ragstock. I'm
Right.
like, wow, I look better with this trash bag on.
And you do.
Thank you.
Really rocking that trash bag today.
Thank you. I thought, considering that I've only been able to use my teeth and my feet, I think I did a pretty good job.
Tell you what, that bow tie is straight, too. Not even crooked.
Yep.
So, anyway,
Because it's a clip-on.
nice. That's how you do that. But, Greg, before we get into all of the activities we're going to be taking part in at the Masquerade ball, did you have a chance to absorb any content this week?
My God, I absorbed a lot of content.
Really?
So, I mean, well, considering that we had to chill out at the free clinic.
Yeah, we did. In order
for a
get,
couple days, just to
get those hands wrapped up.
get my my wound situated after my own son attacked me.
Robot Greg's son, who was run off with Gollum to get married. That is the source of Greg's current torture. He's who ripped Greg's hands off. And,
He sure is, but Freak was kind enough to find my PS4 that I've left buried in this tiny ditch back on Lakeshore Drive. That's where I hide most of my equipment. I've got my 3DS and my Game Boy there.
Right.
But he brought over my PS4 and he plugged it in, and as a get well better present, he downloaded for me the PS4 version of Final Fantasy VII.
FF7. Yeah.
And it sucked at first because I had to use my feet, but thankfully, because it's an old game, it's not really overly complicated with its controls.
Yeah, you just gotta hold the joystick in one direction.
Press X a bunch of times.
Totally.
Anyway, so
Doable. Very doable.
yeah, so I'm replaying through Final Fantasy VII now. As soon as I boot it up, I'm like, wow. Ugh.
Not a friendly walk down memory lane, right?
Well, 7 has aged the worst of the PlayStation 1
Totally.
Final Fantasy games. Like 8 and 9 are still hold up. I know the 9 version looks great for the most part. The backgrounds are a little meh. I haven't played 8 on PC, but I've heard good things. But 7, woof. There's some things that are good. It didn't do the same thing that they did with 9, where it turned everything into like a mobile app screen. So you see all the like touch control buttons and shit. It looks like crap.
Bloop.
7, it looks very much like its original game. It's just that it's a PS1 game, early PS1 game, high-resed, and in battle it looks fine.
Yeah. But when you're running around in the open world...
When you're in the open world, like with the Lego people, I'm
yeah.
like, oof.
And the graphics, I'm sure, of the grass and the water and the trees and stuff.
Well, all of those have always looked like crap.
Yeah.
Because, again, it's an old PS1 game.
Yeah.
When that shit first came out, though, I was like, oh my God!
I know.
Did you see that dude jumping around on a motorcycle?
All about perspective, yes.
Yo, that's some kind of dog cat man with no eyeballs.
Come here, dog cat man!
Where are you? I can't see.
Dog cat man, please.
Oh, my head! I walked into a door.
Well, can you get out of here? This is my ham sandwich, and you can't have any of
I
it. So.
smell it. I'm not leaving without a bite. Ow! Oh, my head.
There you go. There's your bite. Now wag your half tail and get out of here.
Oh, God. Oh!
Okay. So, yeah.
Damn, he really dumbles around.
Yeah, he's a doofy. He's a doofy, really sad species.
I feel bad for him. It sucks that he's the last of his kind.
I think it's for the best, actually. That he's the
It
last
made
of
me
his kind.
sad when he found out that his dad was covered in stone.
Well, that's
I mean,
life.
when you
Sometimes things get revealed.
When you sleep in a big open hole, but realize that it's going to be filled with concrete to make a sidewalk, I mean, it's kind of your own fault.
Hey, you want some concrete shoes? I got a pair of footing for you.
What would you say? I'm just kind of napping here.
That's right. You are primed for under the water. Why are you making that noise? I haven't put you in the water yet.
I'm drowning in the cement.
Your mime work is fantastic. Actually, I don't need to kill you at all. Why don't you come on tour with me? We'll take some shows, sign some autographs.
All right,
I'll put you in a cage for the kids to look at.
That's
And they
fine.
can laugh
Will
and tell their
someone take-
parents, I
Will
wanted as a
someone
pet.
take care of my son? He's blind.
No, he's going to come along with, and I'm going to use him as motivation. I'm going to tear him up right next to you. And I'm going to threaten
What
to
do I
stomp
say
him.
to him?
You could say, hey, this is what being a cat dog man is like.
All right.
Teach him the lessons of life.
All right, boy. Guess what? We're going to the circus.
That's right. You get excited, young man.
Oh, wow, this sounds so neat, Dad. Yeah, I know. It's great that we sound alike. Yeah, that's how people know I'm your son.
This right here, this is exactly why you're both going to die.
And die he did, as he was covered in stone.
Sort of the epilogue
That's
of
one of the
FF7.
saddest parts of Final Fantasy VII.
When they ported it,
Red
they cut that
13
out.
was turned into a rock.
Yeah, when they ported it, they cut that part out. They felt like it was unnecessary.
Not when Eris died.
No, nobody cares about that.
No one cried.
She was one stoop bitch.
I cried when I found out that Barrett didn't have a real daughter. That he just kidnapped some other guy's daughter.
Yeah, that is pretty sad
It's pretty sad.
for both parties.
I mean, like, the story's still good. I still like it a lot.
FF7 and although FF7, 8, and 9 have such solid story beats, I mean, and characters.
Yeah.
Those hold up, I think, no matter what. It's why people still clamor for like the remakes on new generations of consoles of those games.
I still hate the idea that they want to... All right, like, I'm down for the remake. If they want to make a remake of 7, that's fine. It's their most popular game.
Right.
There have been remakes lately that have been fantastic.
Sure.
Like, there was, like, a remake for the original Metroid on Game Boy that was better than the original one. I can't even play the old one.
Sonic Mania.
Yeah, well, that's not a remake. That's a sequel.
Well, but some of those levels are remade. Like they're the original Sonic 1 and 2 levels, just redone.
But it's not really a remake, like, ground up. It's completely new.
Yeah.
It's just like, here's this old coat of paint, but I drew a dinosaur in it now.
You love it. You love this new stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right. So what's your overall?
Overall, it's
FF7
still
worth
great. I think one of the ups that the PS4 version has to the original versions is the God mode and the speed up mode and the no encounters mode.
Nice.
That just makes the game move faster. Like, I still encourage everyone, like, with these re-releases of the old Square games to play the original as they were originally intent.
I think you should really encourage them, though. Like, that was a little half-assed.
If you don't, I swear to God, I'll grab you by the cuff and I'll smack you.
You can do it. All of you can do it.
Well, I can't grab you, but
He
I'll
won't grab
bite
you. I'll grab the scruff of your neck, and Greg will bite you.
And then I'll bite your fingernails off.
So
if you don't enjoy the original ones.
So it's in your best interest, really, to grab this.
Yeah,
by the horns.
Yeah. It's still fun. I still like it. It's much easier to take in the original PS1 graphics on a shitty TV as opposed to up-resed everything on an HD TV, and then you're like, ugh.
Sure.
Trophy support is a plus, though.
Oh, nice. So playing through FF7, you get PlayStation trophies now.
You still get PlayStation trophies.
That's awesome.
And because I played 9 first on PS4, there are some trophies with the 9 version I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, one of them is kill 10,000 enemies?
Right.
I ain't got the time for that shit.
Ain't nobody got time for
Whereas
that.
7 is a lot more like, beat the super bosses.
Realistic stuff.
Find the ultimate weapons. Have a good time.
Right.
Go on a date with Barrett.
Trophy
achieved. Oh, man, I never did the date with Barrett. Why not? I'll smooch him on his big black lips.
Well, but that's half the fun of achievement points or trophies is that they encourage you to try things in game that you might not otherwise be enticed to do.
Yeah. I'm not crazy about like hunting for trophies the first round, but
no, you want a story.
If you want to go back and experience the story and be like, yeah, I want to get all those trophies. Like, yeah,
sure,
do it, bitch.
Cool.
Some games I can't encourage it. Like, I adored Nier Automata. I platinumed that game, and I was like, I wish I didn't, because some of this was,
taxing.
But considering that, we're homeless, we don't have to worry about taxes.
No, we don't.
I don't really
already made that point one time. TurboTax, what the hell is that?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Software? More like hardware. Check my pants. You know what I'm saying?
Oh. Yep, there's both of them.
It's CGI, baby.
What?
That's right.
What is this?
Is
this some kind of green screen? Are you trying to say that this is some kind of
it's like that
reality TV show?
It's like that Tupac concert. It's this two-headed penis that I've had for a while. This has actually been a projection.
Hologram?
It's a hologram the whole time.
You've been lying to me about the 2-dick thing?
Well, I wanted to see if you believe it. I wanted to see how realistic this was because I'm setting this up so that we can start video podcasting. And now we can insert stuff like Pokemon behind us thanks to this projection of the holograms.
Isn't that just like YouTubers? Isn't that what video podcasting is? It's just YouTube.
I don't know. What is that?
It's like a website where like you can upload yourself playing video games, going and screaming, and then everyone gives you millions of dollars.
That sounds okay. But no, I didn't think about anything like that. I just really wanted to start projecting stuff onto you and I while we were doing this, and then I thought if I could make it work, maybe we could film it, and then I don't know. But I thought it was a good idea.
You're projecting right now.
I'm projecting, yes. Do you feel it? Do you feel me projecting?
No,
onto you?
because I see the bright light.
That's right. I moved it.
Stop it.
There you
Stop. Stop.
All right. Okay. Yeah. We don't want to touch that. But anyway. Okay, cool. FF7 on the PS4.
On the PlayStation 4!
Have fun. Chase some achievements. Date
Chase
Barrett.
Oh yeah, date Barrett.
Chase that Barrett dude.
Chase that Barrett. I wish I could date Sid. I like Sid.
I like Sephiroth.
I like Sephiroth because he's a big wiener.
I like to wrap myself in that one wing and go to sleep. That's what I'd like to do. Okay, cool. That sounds fun. Greg, what I did was there was an interesting festival at this one corner of a block that I sometimes will walk down because a lot of food will end up there. Ooh. And, just in various ways. Full trash cans, restaurants nearby, people just discarding stuff. So I walk that block regularly, and this one week it was actually roped off because there was some kind of block party going on. And at one...
It wasn't Block Party playing Helicopter, right?
No. I don't think so. Is that a band?
It is a band called Block Party.
Block Party?
No, they don't sound like that.
They don't sound like that?
They're British.
Block Party?
That's it. That's it. You know them.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Anyway.
Anyway, they weren't playing at this particular event, but it was roped off, and on the one end of the street, somebody had this a cloth like a sail or like a shower curtain, and they were actually projecting onto it some different Netflix shows. They were showing how their little Roomba robot could also double as like a projector, as long as you were okay with like sort of chasing the movie around the block and stuff. Anyway, they played this documentary.
Wait, so this it's just a whole flock of people following this Roomba with a projector on it.
And someone is a group of people are holding the projector screen up and trying to step together and hold the projector screen up in the right area so that everyone can still see the movie.
That just sounds needlessly complicated because everyone's kind of like walking around it like they're trying to avoid like a dirty person on the street. It's like how normies try to avoid us on the street when we ask for money.
That's exactly how it was. But people were burning calories though. I saw these people checking their wristwatches for counting steps. Totally. They were like, "Oh, this is great." They were like, "It's an interactive movie experience." And the whole while I was just like stuffing like quiches into my pockets and shit, just like getting out of here. Like, yes, this is the block party I want to be at. Hell yeah. Like, these idiots are chasing a fucking moving movie around on a Roomba.
And I got these mini pies in my pockets now.
Talk about Hot Pockets. Am I right? But anyway.
I think you just smashed a couple of them.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I do have them in here. Ow. Oh, my God. That hurts. Ow.
Man, for bitching and moaning that I hoard food, here you are with a pants full of quiche.
Yeah, well, that was my next 2 weeks worth of food, so now I got to go find some other stuff.
I really still eat it. It's just, kind of scrambled.
Actually, you're right.
It's like scrambled eggs, but, in less of a form.
Here, go ahead, take some.
No, thanks.
Go ahead and take some of that.
No, I'm good.
Come on, eat it.
I
ate
it.
Some
of, no.
You want it?
No.
That tastes good, doesn't it? What? Greg? Ew. Oh, my shoes. Come on, damn it. What are you doing?
Oh, God, that's rotten eggs, man.
I've seen you take down a tin can and you're puking from rotten eggs? They're a few days old. Jesus.
Also, they've been in your pocket, man.
Oh, get a hold of yourself. All right. Anyway, so I'm chasing these people around, or these people are doing their thing with the movie. I filled my pockets with food, and I was just watching them kind of like chase this thing. But toward the end of the night, this documentary came up on the Netflix feed that ended up being projected onto the screen. And at this point, conveniently enough, the Roomba kind of like died out of batteries and just sat still. So thankfully, I was just able to like sit there and watch the thing without having to do the fucking dance that the other people were doing.
Yeah.
And it was a documentary called Get Me Roger Stone. And the documentary has to do with politics, and I'm not going to get too deep into that because who the fuck wants to talk about that? Greg and I, it has nothing to do with us. We don't care. Doesn't matter about the side.
It doesn't matter because they're all rich.
Yeah, they're all rich, which is not what we are.
They'll all make our lives terrible.
They live in houses. We live on the streets.
They force us into soup kitchens.
Yeah, they try and tax us. We say no. Tax, you can have some of my pants, and that's about it. So, anyway, but I will tell you.
What I find in the garbage is mine and mine alone.
I fought for this trash. You ever fight a fucking raccoon for your meal? We've talked about that, Greg.
I have.
That is fucking intense. You talk about staring into the maw of death.
And this is what these American politicians just do not understand.
They'll never get it.
The fight that us regular folk, us regular homeless folk,
every day
have to fight every day.
When do you think any of them, any elected official, last fought some beast tooth and nail for their meal?
Never.
I don't think that they have.
The only thing that they've fought is the American justice system.
Yes. So how are they going to vote in policies that affect me? They don't know my life.
Yeah, they're all concerned about, someone hit my car over here, and meanwhile I'm having a knife fight with 7 dudes and a raccoon with a chainsaw duct taped to its back.
My kid's public school district is underfunded, and my wife hates me. Great. I'm over here.
No one came to my kid's bake sale.
Right.
No one wanted her cookies for $2.
Little Sandra doesn't understand the rules of fencing. I don't understand why she's having so much trouble with
My
this.
son is blind and a talking cat creature. And he sounds just like me.
And the lab that put him together just ran out of resources.
Why can't the American public afford for my son's eyeballs?
And my third vacation home. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about it. So I'm not going to get into the weeds of whether, which side it had to do with. Or
I don't like weeds.
You ever smoke it?
No. I've eaten it.
Either way.
Which weed are we talking about? I'm talking
The good
about
kind.
The kind that grows on the grass?
Yeah, with that, the 4-leaf plant.
With the yellow stuff in it? Yeah.
Yellow stuff.
Yeah. It's got like a yellow center.
You talking about a dandelion?
Yeah.
No, not that weed. I'm talking about marijuana. I'm talking about cannabis. I'm talking about that Mary Jane, that devil's
the
lettuce,
N-word.
them jazz cigarettes. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah, you got to get on that, son.
Nah, I like dandelions. They're tasty.
Yeah? Dandelion soup. I have gotten knee deep into some dandelion soup.
I mean,
and
I've gotten
that.
high after turning the ignition on in a car in a closed off garage.
Oh, I know you love that. You love carbon monoxide. You are into that. You really got to stop doing it by yourself, though.
Why?
Well, because eventually you're just not going to wake up from it. People kill themselves that way, unintentionally sometimes.
Maybe I want that to happen.
Oh, that's why you're always going off alone into the garage.
No.
Starting that
I'm making my arm.
Starting that old Model T Ford up, which is the only car we have access to.
I'm using that T4 to make my new fingers.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because you were going for a robot arm. That's what you're going for.
Oh yeah. See, I'm gonna complete this hand so I can have my righty back.
I can't wait until you get some fingers going, so I can stop feeding you.
Yeah, I might still need help. I mean, I'm still one arm down.
Well, I'll still be here, but I'm just saying, it's brought us a little closer than I ever really thought.
Thanks for the handies, BT Dubs.
Yeah, well, no problem. Thanks for the gloves.
I just don't understand why you don't look at me during.
It's, I can't do that.
I can't get off unless you look at me.
I'm not going to do it. I can't do that. It's just,
then you're just going to continue whacking it until
it's more and more flaccid.
Yes.
And we both agree that it's time to stop. The way that it typically, ends. It's
anyway,
a sad,
this Netflix
sad,
series.
Detrimental existence that we have fallen into.
This documentary sounds sad and depressing.
It is sad and depressing, and the reason is because Roger Stone is a political figure that, again, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you fall under. What is depressing about the movie is that one man has had such an instrumental impact on our political landscape since the Nixon era, since Barry Goldwater. He has been right there under, on the sidelines, under the radar, moving people in and out of parties.
Trash can.
In my sister's trash can.
With binoculars.
In Grandpa's back seat.
With videotape. Yes. In my mom's bathroom.
Under the tarp at White Sox Park. He's everywhere. He is everywhere. And it's just it's frightening to me that one man could be so instrumental in shaping what happens. And the documentary points out that there is some debate over how much stuff he actually had a tangible impact on versus how much it was him inserting himself into stories, telling stories of actions that he took that ended up shaping things, like writing himself into history. There is some notion that he is a self-aggrandizing, that he didn't really do as much as he has done. But there's a lot of hard evidence and other people testifying that he did have real, tangible effects on elections. The George Bush Al Gore election in 2000, he had a big part in that. Even our most recent one, our current president, Roger Stone, was not a what's the word? A lobbyist. He was a consultant for him on his campaign. It's from all the way from
They were
Nixon.
good friends.
Yeah, from Nixon.
They played beach
up
volleyball.
they did all kinds of fun stuff together. They tippy tapped. They tippy tapped their toes
They
together.
tipped each other's taps.
Yes, gently
Oh,
and friendly. Yeah, it was weird. Anyway, though, I will tell you the documentary was fascinating. I am not overly political, but it was well done. Just like, the Ken Burns. It wasn't Ken Burns. It was somebody else. But whose name I don't know.
Ken Burns.
Not Ken Burns. One of the other people.
Ken Burns.
Boo Earns. Ken Boo Earns.
I said Burns.
That's right.
Was it Bernard Kenneth?
No.
Was it William Johnson?
Howard Taft. No, that's not it. One moment.
Was it John C. Reilly?
Wasn't him.
Frank Ocean.
Close.
Freak.
Closer.
The Free Clinic of the Free Clinic.
Dylan Bank is the writer-director.
Secret Agent Dylan Banks?
Yes, and Morgan Pehme and Daniel DeMauro.
I'm sorry, what did you want me to do to you?
Pehme.
I don't know how to...
It's like a real soft pet. You don't actually make contact with my skin. You make the full arm motion like you're going to, and you get like within a centimeter of actually touching my skin.
Kind of like
and then you just stroke
I'm not
it
touching
downward.
you kind of thing?
Exactly. You're right there in my personal space. So much
Well, I mean,
so,
like I'm doing that right now. I've been doing that for like a week.
petting me.
Yeah. I
haven't felt it.
I can't really pet you.
Oh, right, because you have no fingers, yeah.
Or an arm.
Okay, don't do that anymore, actually. But anyway, yeah, so this Dylan Bank guy.
If I could, I would.
So it wasn't Ken Burns, it was this Dylan Bank guy. But I like the documentary because it's very well done. It moves, even though the subject matter can be a little bit weighty and in the weeds of politics. I found it to be incredibly fascinating that somebody is even in the circle of these people who are making moves at this level for as long as he has been. And he's a really, he say what you want about the guy, he's an interesting character. He's definitely like larger than life. He's this, he has a Richard Nixon tattoo right on the back, like almost the back of his neck. He's like a...
That's almost like getting like a swastika on you. Well,
a little
nowhere
bit.
near as bad, but
a little,
why?
I know what you mean. Yeah, exactly.
Why?
It was like,
He wanted to brand himself like, I'm trouble.
oh yeah. And then he's like a bodybuilding old guy. Like now that he's like 60 some years old, he still bodybuilds. He's just an interesting character. He's larger than life. And so that in
Dude
itself
sounds like he's like a Simpsons parody.
He kind of is. He kind of is. He's very much like, and he even compared himself.
This buff man with Richard Nixon tattooed to his body is in our house again.
Oh, homie.
Merge, why are you putting me in the shed?
Because we have company.
But Merge, I want to meet the buff man.
I told you last time. All you do is eat the dinner I've made for our guests.
But that is what you made the dinner for, Merge.
Homie.
Merge, no, I don't like the darkness.
Okay.
Merge.
You're done, homie. Anyway, Get Me Roger Stone on Netflix is the name of the documentary. It's about an hour 45 minutes, something like that. But I watched it over I was gone. I was there. I was there long after everyone else had left. I still kind of have I brought the busted Roomba actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know what? Can I get my feet around?
Oh yeah, actually,
Just drop it on the ground. Just drop it.
There you
I'll fucks with that later.
Yeah. So anyway, I brought that for us and whatever. But like I said, get me Roger Stone. I thought it was interesting, and especially if you're interested in politics. Even if you're not, it's still a good watch. But if you are, I think you, like me, will find it incredibly fascinating of a watch.
It sounds neat.
Yeah, a lot of cool moments that I think we all remember. Just from politics throughout the last 40 years. Yes, I thought so.
It sounds very neat. Well, I've got a recommendation for you.
Well, why don't you lay it on us?
Yeah. So, while I've been searching for my due for the masquerade tonight,
Yeah,
I came across this store that was just had some dollar store shit, like a dollar store, a family tree.
yeah.
And duct tape and whatever.
I actually like the dollar store shit, which is that tent in between the general store and the dollar store and Family Dollar that popped up, and it's like what everyone throws out from all three of those stores.
Yeah, it's the one
That's
that
what
I
I
usually
like.
go into. But thankfully, the guy who was working the cash register just had Netflix on and he was watching some TV, and I was like, "Hey, if I just buy like $2 worth of shit, can I just sit here and watch it with you?" And he was like, "Yeah, I don't care.
Right.
I'm not the manager."
Yeah.
So I start paying attention to the Netflix, and he's watching a documentary series on Netflix called Ugly Delicious.
Ooh, ugly delicious.
Well, you can actually use that accent too, because the host is Korean.
Oh, hey, so ugly delicious. That's so good.
All right, never mind. Dial it back. That's not good.
Ooh.
Way more. Just keep going. No, that's too far. I think this dial's broken.
It is very much broken.
So I didn't know any Korean man who sounded like a Japanese samurai.
Yeah, no, it's
A white
it's,
guy's impersonation.
It's a cross pollination of cultures in one.
Oh, speaking of
existing.
cross pollination, that's pretty much what the show is entirely about.
Get outta here.
The host David Chang is an American-born Korean. His family I believe is from North Korea, he said, but he's really good friends with like a lot of comedians and performers. Like he's really close with Jimmy Kimmel, he's really close with Aziz Ansari. And what he does every episode, it's not so much focusing on recipes of like how to make this food. It's more of what is this food and what is its culture around it. So the first couple episodes he does pizza and he does Cajun shrimp, and it's really fascinating. The pizza one is just nice because it's like that nice, like come into the show like, okay, nice and lax, like he's just gonna eat pizzas from around the world and see what they're like. So
Right.
he digs American pizza culture, so East Coast and Chicago styled.
Hell yeah.
Does a little bit of West Coast, but he does it once, and then they all keep making fun of West Coast style pizza.
I was just gonna say, like, what is West Coast pizza anyway?
California
Like, just-
Pizza Kitchen.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Which is like
it's just barbecue chicken. Yes, barbecue chicken pizza is tasty, but compared to like the rest of the world, it's like get the fuck.
and
outta
it's
here.
certainly not the basis for like an entire industry or like West Coast pizza is barbecue chicken pizza. Like you were just saying, like that's what people know from like California Pizza Kitchen.
Well, also
And
the
it's
California
not-
Pizza Kitchen.
and it's not good enough to be the basis for like what
exactly.
people know
But-
about your.
But they
area.
had these kinds of debates, which are really funny. They talk
Cool.
about like New York style pizza compared to something that you would get in Napoli.
Oh.
And it's really fascinating. And then towards the end of the episode, he's like, I want to go to places that do their own fusion pizzas. So he goes to Japan and he goes to like this little brick house restaurant. They do a Japanese pizza, and him and Aziz Ansari have to eat it with like chopsticks.
a Japanese.
A Japanese.
Love it.
It's awesome. But
Eating pizza with chopsticks.
yeah, because you have to eat some of the parts off the top of it before you start eating the dough.
Weird.
It's very weird. There was one episode where they did tacos, and they were traveling all around the place, and they come across, I think it was somewhere in China. They had no, it wasn't in China. It was somewhere in Mexico or Brazil or something. But they were serving donkey.
Oh.
And his friend, who's like apparently like this famous artist, he was like, yeah, I want to eat that donkey. So they go in, and he's like, you know what? Donkey actually tastes really fucking good.
Really?
David Chang was like, nope, I'm not doing that. There are some things I won't do.
Right.
And his friend is just like, why? We eat every other animal.
Right.
I've seen you eat snake.
What's your hang up? Yeah. What's the problem
Just
here?
Eat the fucking burro burrito.
Did he succumb to peer pressure? Did he try
He
it?
succumbed, and he wasn't crazy about it. But you know what? I kind of want to bite into a donkey now. I want to
Really?
eat some donkey.
Really?
It seems fascinating. It's just a different meat that I've never gotten to sink my teeth into.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, Greg, because I made a little arrangement before we started recording today.
Oh?
And I believe if the pawing outside is any indication that I just heard, hang tight.
What is this?
All right.
This better not be what I think it is.
Hey, come on in here. Yeah. Leave the donkey in, too. Oh. Yeah, come on.
Don, what is this?
Yes, hello. This is a delivery for, this is the donkey for Don and for Greg.
Yeah, thank you.
Why did we get a donkey?
Great. Well, we have talked about eating donkey before, and you and I both need help towing these boxcars to and from places. I thought we could muscle this donkey up by having it tow some of our boxcars for the next few weeks, and then we can have a donkey feast in 4 weeks from now.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This is a buddy of mine. This is Ricardo Ramon. Is that correct?
Ricardo?
This is correct. I am delivery for donkeys, and I met your friend Don here. He got in touch with me on the Greg's list, and we are now friends. And I bring donkeys to
You don't
people.
really sound like you sell donkeys for a living.
Yeah, you seem a little exotic. What else
You
do
also
you
have
do?
like you're also wearing a very nice white coat.
Yes, this here is the coat that I have been wearing for the last 2 years, and
You're keeping it in great condition.
Yes, I take very good care to avoid all contact with germs and dirt and disgusting particles of any kind. And anyway,
Yeah, so you mean like something like my nub?
oh please please back away with that.
You sure?
Yes, please. No, I can't take any streaks on this garment.
I'm not streaking. I'm just dripping.
Okay, so just take it easy. Why don't we separate a little bit there? Ricardo, what else do you do? Do you do anything else besides delivering donkeys?
Yes, thank you for asking. I do some basic family counseling. I do therapy sessions. I like to help people work out their problems. There are so many things going on inside this soup that is our consciousness. And sometimes you need another chef to help you stir up some of your memories.
I don't like Chef. Jon Favreau is a little overrated.
Yeah, we're not big fans of that movie. Food trucks in general, I mean...
why can't they just cook in a kitchen? Why do they have to do it in a car?
This is a fair question.
I could bring a microwave into my car and it'd be fine.
Plus, you have to think about the health inspections. Like, you have to be up to code.
We don't have to obey the law.
I know. Seriously, man. Like, nobody's thinking about that.
How did you pay for the donkey?
This guy owed me a favor from way back, so
Okay,
totally fine.
All right, I was hoping that I wouldn't have to eat them
No, you're totally
like
good.
90% of the other guys that you bring here.
I know, but this one's actually already taken care of. So anyway, so Ricardo, well, listen, how did you? Where did this donkey come from? Can you tell us anything a little bit about him?
Yes, of course. This donkey here is he was first adopted by Lord Donkey Ton of Mexico, and he has been raised in the finest donkey establishments. He had many donkey friends, and if you see under his left hoof here,
Oh,
this right here, this mark that looks like a star, this mark signifies that he is Burro royalty. This is a prince that I have brought for you to do with whatever you will. And so now you, Don, and I are in the clear, yes?
Yep, you don't owe me anything anymore, good buddy. Thank you very much.
wow, yeah. I'd shake your hand, but
That's okay. I don't want anything to do with that. And
that's rude.
I like both of you. I think this is a nice space that you have here. And what are these?
It's a safe space, isn't it?
It feels very safe. I think if it was not safe, the donkey would have put up a lot more of a fight coming into this, enclosed space.
It actually smells okay too. You know, I always like get the impression like ever since I watched Shrek, like all donkeys stink or something like that.
Totally. Did
they
you
also
actually?
sing.
I'm smelling some Listerine. Did you put mouthwash in the donkey before you brought it over here? Actually, this royal donkey has a Listerine gland under his tongue, and so his breath is always minty fresh.
Huh.
Wow.
I wish I had that.
That's interesting. I wish you had that too. That is like
Sorry
really,
that peppermint patties can only do so much, Don.
I have to tell you, that's the peppermint scent from those York patties lasted like 30 seconds. I mean,
Shut up!
now it's right back to smelling like an asshole. You can eat the whole bag of those, and it's not going to help very long. There is
Here. Hey, donkey.
Oh no! Don't breathe on him. No. Oh, this is what pisses him off. He does not like to smell any breath which is not minty fresh, and you have just sent him a little bit away. So I'm going to have to coax him back in here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, we didn't. We had no idea about any of these
I don't like.
stipulations.
I'm trying.
I'm sensing a lot of tension in this environment between you two. Was there something that went on which has made you a little...
Gee, I fucking wonder.
Yeah, me too. Fucking, how about,
That's a goddamn hologram, you liar! Don't act like you're in the wrong! Or in the right, or what? Stop acting like you're in the same position that I am!
Well, I still had to cut it to drain the blood, so, yeah.
And you almost drowned me.
Yeah, I did. And myself. How about
Well,
the time,
mostly me.
How about the time I saved you? How about last week when I saved you from your own creation and took you to the free clinic?
I could have gone there on my own.
Bull fucking shit, you could have. You can't get anything done outside this boxcar without my help.
That is garbo. I made a whole goddamn robot without you.
Yeah, well, and look how that turned out. How you feeling about that
you!
robot now? This is actually healthy. You will think that it is not, but this is a good start. An open dialogue is really what we want to chase here. Okay, Ricardo, I think we have heard. I think we've heard enough from you actually right now.
I'm done with both.
Greg
of you.
and I are just
You
fine.
know what? No.
Hey, Greg, settle down. Where are you going to go? What are you even doing?
I'm going to the masquerade party.
Not without me. Who's going to drive you there?
I don't need you to drive me. I'll walk.
All right, fine. You're going to get there 2 hours after it's done.
Fine.
Yeah. Well,
I'll have a great time.
Yeah. Well, I think you should just
I'll
wait it out.
hitchhike.
Listen, I am actually going to get out of here because I have clients waiting for me. But it was lovely to meet both of you.
You keep talking, but you don't leave.
Greg, thank you so much. I am going to take this opportunity to leave. I'm not going to shake your nubs, but I will salute you. And Don, as always, very good to see you, my friend. Until next time. Yeah, Ricardo, thanks for bringing the donkey by. We both really appreciate it. You keep on looking fresh, my man. Keep that gown wrinkle-free. That's good stuff. It is my purpose. That is what I do. Thank you both very much. Goodbye.
Watch Ugly Delicious on Netflix. It's good. Fuck you.
Watch Get Me Roger Stone on Netflix, and maybe don't play the PS4 port of FF7.
You can if you want. Whatever. Fuck you.
Yeah, Greg, get fucked. Go. Good luck walking. I'll be there and have a great time.
I hope you get into a car accident. I hope you lose both of your legs, so you know.
Never gonna happen.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
Fine. So you know what? Yeah, you go by yourself. I'm gonna go have some fun, and I'm actually
gonna go have some fun.
I'm going to use this Roomba to get there, and I'll still get there quicker than you.
Fuck you.
See? Look at this Roomba. It's still working.
Don't touch me with that.
Go ahead. Put it on your face. Oh, don't bite it. No. We could have cleaned with that.
That's what you get. You test me and you lose.
I can't bring
every time.
I can't bring anything nice around here. This is why. Because you fucking bite it like it's some kind of competition.
Yeah, to prove that I'm stronger.
Where did you get that knife? What are you doing with that? And why are you playing with it? Oh my God, are you sharpening your teeth with a knife? Oh my God, stop that. Stop that right now.
I gotta make it look good.
Okay, well, anyway, we have a
You don't get teeth like this without effort.
I guess not. Okay, don't do that when we get to the masquerade. I'm telling you, it's not the way to go.
I'm going to get there before you.
Okay, well, good luck. You go ahead and try then. Thank you very much for dealing with this. We appreciate you you putting up with us every week. And if you'd like to get in touch with us at any point, you can email us, boxcarbuddyspodcast@gmail.com. You can also reach out to us on Facebook or Twitter at boxcarbuddies. And we're going to keep on doing what we're doing. We got this masquerade to get to right now, and we're going to get some more content going, and we're going to talk again next week in a new Boxcar. But until then, I'm Don.
Fuck you!
See you later.
Get out of here! You suck! I'm gonna beat you there!
I'll bite you there!
I'm gonna ride the donkey! Whee!
Get back here!
Yeah! Yeah! Anyway,
I'm trailing behind!
see you later! Oh, Jesus! Get off it! Get off this thing! Ah!
No!